Buckle up, Buttercup, because in this video, we're talking about race.
I know you're gonna dig this. Dig this.
I've got to be careful on this one. Because somebody discovered, Chris Claremont did so much good for the X-Men, his initial run as GOAT. This guy's discovering this, who says 3 times, this is crazy, what in the hell? Now, what they're talking about and what he's getting talked about in is the fact that each one of these 2 panels, Kitty Pryde is bringing up the N-word. Now, a lot of times, Chris is trying to be bold, as saying, you know, and he's right in what he writes. In one case, one of the greatest comic book stories of all time, God Loves Man Kills, you have Stevie, a dance instructor and friend of the X-Men. She tells Kitty Pryde, "Oh, come on, you know, the guy called you a mutie. What's so wrong about it?" And Kitty Pryde goes off, "Well, what if he called me and he writes the word out? It's not, what if he called me the N-word? Not that. It just plays out just like that." And it goes on. In the next clip, Uncanny X-Men 196 has this black guy going up, "You a mutie then, Pryde, like him?" And she looks him straight in the face, says, "Gee, I don't know, Phil. Are you a," once again, spelled right out. And he's yelling, "Watch your mouth." She goes, "Especially," and she says, "Watch yours, especially when you use words like that and try to be intentionally hurtful." The guy's right in his face, so he is being threatening.
Also, in the X-Men universe, Marvel universe, the mutie is considered a slur.
That's right. It's a slur. And the point of that particular thing is, you know, you cannot climb on your freaking high horse if you're doing the same thing that you're telling people is bad. We see this all over now. What is it? That dumbass and the dumbass people who followed him, the more stupid. I mean, I'm sorry. You can't really call a guy a dumbass if he says the worst things in the world and people are like, you know, he's right. But he's saying that the only way to deal with the racism in the past is to be racist now. No, that's just more racism, you dick. But there's a lot of people who are like, that's a good idea, Rick. You know, Jesus, Lord in heaven, some people are stupid. And then the third panel, she's saying, New Mutants number 45, a student was afraid to come out as a mutant because he heard all of his fellow students joking about him, calling bad names. And he was scared to come out as a mutant, even though his only power was to create light sculptures. And he kills himself. So Kitty Pryde says, "Who was he then that we gathered to mourn him? Who am I? A four-eyed, flat-chested brat chick, brain Hebe, stuck up Xavier snob freak." By the way, Hebe being a slur for Jewish people. Sorry. It's kind of funny, though, that YouTube will probably not do anything about that one. Just saying. Don't like the word. I could use nicer. I've heard worse. Who here hasn't? So often, so casually that maybe we've forgotten the power that they have to hurt. And he goes, and right away, and here's something. Starts with the N-word, then does the slurs for Latinos, Italians, Asian people, gay people, and of course mutants. The list is so long, so cruel, they're labels, put downs, and they hurt. Now, these are valid points that they're making, that Chris makes in the comments, using Kitty Pryde as the character, using the Jewish student, but she's not defending her Judaism. She's defending her mutant ability. She's defending being a mutant. And what gets me is, just like I could say the H word for Jew, and I'll probably get away. I'll get away with it. But there's only one word, even in the bubble, that's got all of the slurs that will get people going, "What? She said that one word? Okay, why that one? You know, why not jump up because somebody said honky? I know I could say that one all day. Nobody's going to give a shit. But unfortunately, we got that one. I never understood it because I always thought, wait a second, if you guys are saying, hey, it's okay to be black, then how is there possibly a word that's derogatory to describe it? Just saying. Mm-hmm. All right, but there you go. People are up in arms because Chris Claremont wrote those 3 passages. I think very much for the time it worked. I think very much for this time it won't, because you cannot address race in trying to deal with race. You can only be racist nowadays and dealing with racism.
Did send you a few other things, like in the quote, like people quoting him and everything like that.
Oh, you did? I just saw that one, but
I sent you multiple things like this.
Yeah, you did, really.
Thing. There was when you were sharing it, I sent another joke thinking it might have popped up. It didn't, apparently. Popped up on the screen share.
No, that's all I got. That's all I saw. Sorry. Yeah. I got the but there you go. What do you guys think about that? What do you think that Chris Claremont should be called out for something he did 40 freaking years ago?
No, he shouldn't even if he did it today, he shouldn't have been called out for it, even if he did it today. Because I'm of the opinion that by giving certain words this special status of you can't say that, or we shouldn't say that in polite company or whatever, all it's doing is perpetuating the specter of the word. Like, all it's doing is giving more power to the word and making sure that power lasts forever. The only way to actually defang a word like that is just to treat it like every other goddamn word in whatever language you happen to be speaking.
Yeah. Let's see. Kitty Pryde bringing up Nightcrawler. Gasp. Is that a Jared Girl? Yeah, they gave me Jared Girl. One of my favorite characters of the 1980s. He was in like 2 spectacular Spider-Man annuals. His name's Ace, and he's got the Jared Girl mullet and the Michael Jackson jacket and everything. Wow, there is no more 80s character. There's a character that I think he joined X-Force. He's got like a backwards trucker hat, and the only cover he's got his hands behind his back, and it's like, I think his name's Extreme. And I was like, wow, that's the most 90s character ever. Ace was the most 80s. I think Snowflame might have everybody beat on that score. So you got a point on that one. Honestly, Chris Claremont is focusing on very delicate politics with the X-Men, which made sense. Yeah. Why are people so oversensitive over nothing? Clout chasing, I guess. Woo, let me go after this person. Now that we're driving comic book creators to suicide, who can we get to next? You want to try?
Honestly, I blame it being a low trust society. That's what I blame it on. The reason why everyone is so oversensitive nowadays, I have a theory that it's because we live in a low trust society. Because in a high trust society, you're charitable towards your neighbors and your interlocutors and so on. In a low trust society, you believe that everyone around you might potentially be a demon or some other negative thing, and therefore everyone is on moral edge all the time.
Okay, I want to know if there are any of my fellow middle-agers. Let's call ourselves middle-aged, because everybody lives to 110, right? But I want to know.
By the time you get there, I'm sure we will.
Right.
Judging by how
I want to know if you guys are there, because I want backup on this. We used to have fun. I mean, we knew about the differences. We just didn't give a seriously.
Yeah.
And we would tell jokes, and sometimes we even just fought for fun. But it was easier going. Yeah, black people made fun of white people. White people made fun of black people. Asians just sat back and took control of the world while we were being petty. It was just, it was a hell of a lot more fun back in the day because people weren't so sensitive about everything. And I don't even think they're sensitive about it. I just think they're waiting, Ooh, someone's going to say something. It's like the people that would watch Married with Children waiting for that one thing that happened wrong. Oh, here it is. Let's get it canceled. You know, they're the same people. Oh, he's going to say something. He's going to do something. Well, actually, you know, they meant this.
Low trust society, I tell you.
Wasn't Chris Claremont saying something stupid about always wanting to take the men apart out of X-Men a month ago? Yeah. I don't know what he's turned into, but it's not as good as it used to be.
His writing is still good, so... Yeah.
Well, I did a review on a book because I was like, what the freaking hell happened at Claremont? I hope it is.